Hello everybody, welcome to Big Balloon Nation, inflationanimationengineer.com, where we teach you how to twist balloons, love STEM, and engineer winners for success. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays! Today, I'm going to make you a twisty sword, but not just any twisty sword. Today, I'm going to make you a Christmas twisty sword that looks like a candy cane. So to do so, let's get started. It takes 2 balloons, obviously one is red. And so we're going to make that, but I got a question for you. What does twisting balloons and candy canes and engineers all have in common? That's a really good guess, but it's not right. That's right, it's design. Did you know we're going to talk a lot about how to design? What do engineers and design and making balloons have in common? Well, engineers design product and they use principles to do that, to make their designs, to make their products more pleasing, and to also make them more durable. Some people may say that the appeal of the product is not really that important, that they focus only on the industrial use, or that they focus on the cost, trying to get their costs down to where they can make more of them. But an engineer knows that you could actually do all of it if you put a little time in and think about it. You could actually have all of it. So what are those principles? There's 4 basic engineering design principles that we want to talk about today. For example, line. If we talk about line in the balloon world, we're talking about long balloons. So that would be the line. Where does your eye go to in this part? So I've got the line on the side of my hat, but also have the line that goes up. So an engineer has to think about that, and also how tall. Did you know that this is so tall? I can't get out of the doorways in this room. So I always have to bend over, and then, doink, I could end up hitting you in the head. Also color. Well, everybody knows that if we're gonna make a candy cane, we gotta have 2 colors, red and white. Also shapes. You know, like if we're gonna do, it's gotta look like a candy cane, so some way it has to twist over. And then, is our candy cane gonna be straight, like a stick? Or is it going to have an angle and a curve like a cane? Or would it be completely round like a peppermint? All of those could be red and white, but you are the engineer. So that is a decision that you have to make in order to twist your balloons or to make your products. So let's get started. We've got 2 balloons. We're just going to come in, both of them here, take them at the very, very end, and just pinch them right, smush them, pinch them right at the very end and twist them. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is work on our finishing work. So now we've got 2 balloons. They're tied in, they're locked in, but I always think quality is important. So we're going to take this tip and just tip it right around and lock it into the other side. And it gives a nice finish edge on this side of the balloon. We're going to do the other one with red as well. We'll just turn it around, but this gives us a good finish edge. Anything worth doing is worth doing beautiful. Anything worth doing is worth doing great and right. So now, if we're going to make a twisty sword, we're going to take it and we're going to make about the size of your hand, a little bit larger if you want, and we just pinch, twist, and lock it in. And that's what we did. Smush it, pinch it, twist it, and lock it in. And so now, it's locked in. It's not going anywhere. Now we've got to make a sword. If we're making a sword, there it came out. Didn't have it good enough. I haven't locked it completely, right? And so if we're going to make a sword, we have to have something on this side to cover our hands, the protection, and one on this side. So we'll come out onto here and take it out about the hand's length, come in and lock it in right here, okay? Now, we're going to make another one on this side. We want to measure it. So we've got our form right here. We're going to measure this one. So we bring it up and we're going to pinch at the same place. That way we know it's equal, because A equals B, B equals A. Now we introduce color C, or side C, which is our red one, and we make it the same size. So now C equals A and B. So if we bring that down, we know that D equals that. So now we know all of our parts are equal. So let's look at our finish work on this, okay? So we've got our handle. There's our handle. It's got our nice little bubbles there. And we got protection side number 1, protection sides number 2. Now we're ready to do our twisty sword, and that's where all we're going to do is come in and begin to twist them together, okay? So you can do this, and you may have to use your body to protect it, something of that nature. But let's make our twisty sword come in. It begins to look like a barber pole, right? There you go. Now we're at the end. If we turn loose of this right this minute, it's just going to go away. So what we're going to do is we're going to lock it in. I'm going to come out as close to the end as I can and just twist it around. And now this is a very important. If I were to give this to you and you were in a balloon line at a restaurant or at a festival or at a party and I gave this to you and you left, as soon as you walk away and touch it to something, whether it's in the floor, it's going to begin to come undone. So this is a very important piece. I'm going to take either side and just open up this little bubble here and just slide it through. Now that is locked in. That will not come undone. So if I am in a sword fight, miss me. If I'm in a sword fight with you, my balloon's not going to come undone. This is your very own candy cane twisty sword, and you can make one too, just like it. What skills do you really need to become an inflation animation engineer, or to become any kind of engineer, whether it's a mechanical engineer, a chemical engineer, computer engineer, or a game production engineer? You need those skills: science, technology, engineering, and math. S.T.E.M, science, technology, engineering, and math. But do you know what else you need? You don't just need science, you need the social skills. Stand up, hold your shoulders back, and look at people in the eye. That's what social skills are. T, we think about T as the technology that you would need, like video games or electronics. But what else does T stand for? It stands for teamwork. If you're going to succeed as an engineer or in anything, you have to be able to work with other people. You have to have teamwork. And you also have to be able to talk to people, because they can't just read your mind. So they got to be able to talk to you, and you have to be able to talk to them. And then E, it doesn't just stand for engineer, it stands for energy. You've got to wake up every morning with energy. You can't just do balloons if you don't have energy. Balloons have lots of energy. Do you know what else it needs? Engagement. Somebody has to engage with the other person, because that's how you do it. You say, well, I don't really want to talk to people, and I like to do things online or on my phone. Well, guess what? Some way you've got to engage other people, even if it's just a matter of engaging them through a video chat or an email or some other technology, okay? And then M, it doesn't just stand for math. But like a balloon is 2 inches round and 60 inches long, which is 5 feet. It stands for motivation. I had to have a goal to become an inflation animation engineer. You have to have a goal to become an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, or an airplane pilot, or a chef, or a fireman. Whatever it is you want to do, you have to have the motivation to get up and go study. Hey, listen, until next time, if you want to know more about how to twist balloons, love STEM, and engineer winners, go to your library, get a book, go online, read more about it. Go to inflationanimationengineer.com and learn more. Until next time, keep twisting balloons, loving STEM, and engineer winners for success. And you, stay positive and test negative.